If you're having old patterns of relationships, of friendships, of limiting thoughts come up during this retrograde, you are not alone. I had a literal dark night of the soul 2 nights ago that was brought on by multiple situations from my past rearing their ugly heads in my present. It doesn't help that we literally have a hurricane coming towards where I live, and I honestly feel like I'm in the eye of the emotional storm. What I didn't realize, and now I'm putting 2 and 2 together, is that my relationship was one of him being narcissistic and living in a state of delusion, and me being an intellectual codependent that just wanted somebody to pick me and love me. And because of what he's dealing with, he literally can't pick me and love me no matter what I do. And so in my reaction to that, which is very borderline personality of me, I will lash out, intellectualize the situation, and make TikToks about it. Me trying to understand and wrap my mind around the fact that he cannot and will not love me. I am attempting to show him where his disorder lies and teach him why he can't love people properly so that he can then be guided into his own healing and love people properly. And maybe in my fantastical mind, which codependents and people that might lean towards BPD will do, we will fantasize what could happen. So subconsciously, unconsciously in the back of my mind, I might be thinking, well, if he heals from his NPD, then there might be a way for him to love me. Well, I don't even really want him to love me. I don't want to be with this man, but there is the core wound codependent side to me that needs him to love me so that I can feel that I'm worthy of love. And what he does, you're about to see behind the third wall here, people, is he will go and watch my TikToks and then send me long emails intellectually explaining why he can't love me and that it's all due to the toxicity in our relationship and really nothing to do with his disorder or inability to love people properly. And he needs me to buy into his illusion so that he can convince himself of that illusion and not have to face his shadow. And then I will go and make TikToks in relation to those long emails, thereby responding and intellectualizing the fact that he's trying to create an alternate reality of why he can't love properly, that it does not stem around him and does not give him any sort of responsibility, thereby trying to reinforce his delusion. And instead of me logically seeing that, I respond emotionally, wondering why he can't love me. And then I intellectualize all the ways that he can't love me so that I can somehow justify that I am worthy of love. And we do this round and round and round. And the core issue is that we need to face our wounds individually and stop trying to make the other person that's mirroring those wounds fix those wounds. It's just so interesting the way that these patterns play out in relationships, and you can see why people stay in these toxic patterns for years and years, because it is so tied to who we are as people, our core wounds, and in finding healing through another person, which you can't do. You actually have to heal within yourself. Somehow in the back of our minds, we both believe that if the other person can see us for who we truly are, in his case, it's a delusional version of himself, then we can somehow be worthy of love and be healed. I need to realize that he can't love me and that has nothing to do with my worth as a person and move on. And he needs to realize that he has some serious shadow work to do and some serious inner work to do before he can properly love somebody and move on. He needs to move on and do that work. I also need to realize that my need to intellectualize and try to force him intellectually to see my worth and value is actually codependency, and that I need to find that value within and move on.